Yo, 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 what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back once more with another daily live stream, day 77. We're going to make 100, I'm telling you now, and then hopefully more and more from then on. As always, hopefully you're all having a very, very good day today. We've got some more news to talk about with Kaspa, with crypto more importantly in this stream. Ultimately, loads of the big boys in the institutions, Wall Street, likes of I think as well, believe that crypto, and in a sense therefore Kaspa's breakout, is mere weeks away. I'll get into exactly what I mean by that. Ultimately though, to give a little bit of an insight surrounding the elections and also with the SEC, which is important to note. It's stuff I've been reiterating time and time again anyway, so it's not stuff that's new information per se, but it is good to hear it from the big people talking about it as opposed to your funny internet man on the just speaking about Kaspa here. So ultimately very, very good. We've got some more updates again regarding Kaspa, regarding some KRC20 tokens, regarding more Wall Street news again, realistically. Just quite a general thesis of what's happening today. So I've always enjoyed these streams. Either like, share, subscribe for more. Bingo Bagger Man, welcome back to the stream. Good morning, good morning. And I guess we'll get into some of the Kaspa announcements first, right? Something that, again, a little bit repetitive, but stuff that, again, is just stuff that I think is important to note, right? We can see here from Alex Crypto Dubai, just talk about the Kas army, saying, you know, the charts are boring. And I agree, the charts for Kaspa do for the most part seem relatively boring for the meantime. But if you're paying attention to it when you zoom out, you can see for the fact of the matter being that we're seeing higher lows every single time and higher highs. That is still bullish momentum. There's no doubt about it. So, yeah, ultimately we're still in a position where, despite the fact that Kaspa's price actually for the past 2 months has been relatively boring, it's still in a position where we're still seeing higher highs and higher lows. So it's not bearish, it's just boring. And boring is not always, boring can be jarring, but sometimes boring is best. It just gives more time to buy up cheap Kaspa. What's up, Muhammad? Welcome back to the stream. Will you take Kaspa before the bear market? Yes, drumstick forever. My plan is to take profits at certain time, at certain price levels. So as it stands right now, I'm still holding strong on my belief that Kaspa should reach, you know, bare minimum $2, but most likely 3 to 5, hopefully more. We'll have to see where the Wall Street adoption takes us, but I've got take profits around the likes of $1, probably the likes of $2 as well, 3, 5, and so on and so forth. I'll be taking, I'd imagine, about 70 to 80 of my portfolio out of Kaspa at the so-called peak of the bull cycle, and then back into the bear market. When that starts, I'll reinvest back in at the dips and DCA back into it. That's what I plan to do. October ending, Kaspa price still boring. October ending, my man, we're 2 weeks in. How's it ending? We're 16 days in. Like, we still got another 2 weeks left until the end of October. We're literally smack bang in the middle of it. What's up, Leo, my man? Welcome back to the stream. So let's talk about outdoors. Still buying, still going to be a millionaire, my man. Finally met my minimum goal. Thank you, Kaspa Frog. You know what I mean? Kaspa Frog keeps buying more and more, and that's why it came down more and more, so everyone can now fill up their bags. Big up to you, Kaspa Frog. You're a legend. Hopefully you're doing well today as well, my man, all of you. But yeah, without further ado, again, we've seen more stuff about the Kaspa decentralized exchange, or the KRC20 DEX here with Change Finance. More and more updates about it coming out. We can see now that Change Finance released that they got Kasbot is now on Change Finance. We go look at their website, their page themselves. So we've got the likes of Kasbot on there as well, Pirate, Pepe, Kasreg, and many, many more. Ultimately, many, many more of the KRC20 meme tokens are now getting listed on this, you know, this DEX, which is good to see. I imagine we'll see the full release at some point soon. They did say if it was very, very successful, we'll see the full release of it early this week. We're currently smack bang in Wednesday, so middle of the week, so to speak. So I suspect the rate it's going, we'll hopefully see the full release of it latter half of this week, but still hopefully this week, which would be very, very good to see. Toggle today, my man, welcome back to the stream. Good morning to you too, sir. I have completely forgot to load up some of my sources, the standard like KRI page and all that other stuff. So let me quickly preload those before I forget. But yeah, still, we're at a stage right now where we've still got some big news incoming for Kaspa still, which is still stuff to look forward to. I made a video and released a video yesterday for those who checked it out. I'm sure many of you did. Basically just going through what I spoke about in my stream, I think about 2 or 3 days ago. Talking about major listings still coming for Kaspa. This is covering the roundtable that happened, this roundtable here with Wolf Web 3, where you heard Wolf 3 basically explain the delays and reason why tier 1s haven't come yet, the whole regulatory like the regulatory confusion in the United States right now, and the fact that we haven't got regulations is why we're not seeing tier ones and other exchanges pretty much list Kaspa. It's just a thing of taking time to try to understand Kaspa, but they don't want money for it, which is very, very good to see. But this sort of news again is important to understand. It's good to see that despite Kaspa's low price action, the adoption is still very much there. We can still see that. If you have a look at the top addresses right now for Kaspa, you can see the top addresses right now we're still growing more and more, 442,000 addresses. So the adoption is still growing. For the most part, the reason why the price is, correcting is still because the ones who hold the majority of the accumulation, the majority of the tokens, the whales and the sharks and the dolphins, even the humpbacks, the people who have the majority of the tokens, they're the ones that are selling off because they have more influence on the market, and the Kaspa, because they are bigger holders, that's causing Kaspa price to correct. But we're still seeing, for the most part, a growing accumulation of smaller wallets. Yeah, we saw what? That's 3, 7, so 41 wallets, in the last 24 hours. Dump their Kaspa, so to speak. But we saw 1 extra fish and 334 crabs. Now, of course, crabs, they won't amount too much until the price action, but still we're seeing an increase in adoption. This is also going to make Kaspa more decentralized as well, which is very, very important to see as well. Very, very good all around. Italy went up to taxes. I did see that, and that's actually one of the other announcements I'm going to have in this stream as well. I think, where have I put it? Here, yeah. Italy to raise capital gain taxes on Bitcoin from 26 to 42%. That, to me, is crazy. Very, very crazy. People have been stating, this is going to get people to drive out of the country, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, it sucks. If you're a crypto Bitcoin investor, that sucks. But I don't think it's going to have the most drastic effect that people think it will. Because, keep in mind again, crypto is still a very, very small niche of an asset class. 7, 8, maybe 9% now of the world population actually knows of crypto, and even less percentage of that actually holds crypto, and even less that actually knows about Kaspa and holds Kaspa. Point being is, this is bad for people who live in Italy who hold crypto. Of course, they might decide to, if they can and have the luxury to do so, maybe want to move and elope somewhere else to avoid this tax. Obviously, you have the likes of Dubai right now will have completely eliminated capital gain tax on crypto right now, so I think a lot of people are going to start moving to Dubai. I know I'd love to. But yeah, and this is the sort of thing I think we're going to see more and more of, because again, it's the whole element of the whole of the Western world, Europe and in the US as well. Obviously, where I'm at in the UK as well, they want to remain in control. They don't want anyone to really get out. Again, it's kind of conspiracy. I guess I'm talking about a little bit here, so don't read too much into it. But ultimately, I still think it's all about keeping power, and them upping the tax so much is kind of dissuading your ability to get rich. Right, and obviously it sucks. There's nothing really you can do about that aside from eloping and leaving. I think we're going to see more of this. But maybe you go to Dubai and get around it, I guess. But yeah, still a lot of big stuff coming for crypto all in all. And Italy, yeah, I do actually, as Toggle Delay says here, yeah, Italy's a beautiful country with great food, but so bad for investments and business. That is so crazy. I'm in Italy for now, yeah. I mean, I also do love Italy. I've been there a couple of times myself. Food, of course, is beautiful. And the sites, again, it's a very nice place. I have some Italian friends as well. And they're some of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Most expressive people that I know. Everyone should know how expressive Italian people can be, and I love them for that. But that, of course, sucks. That, of course, sucks as crypto investors. But still, doesn't mean that you shouldn't invest, because at the end of the day, once you're getting taxed more, if you're making a lot of money from it, if you invest in the right projects, then you're still going to make investments. It just means you're going to take more off you. But anyway, either way, yeah, we're still in a position where we're still, very, very early, I think, in crypto. Dead Duck, good afternoon, my man. And Anid, Hoppy is pumping, boys. Is Hoppy pumping? Let's have a look at Hoppy then, shall we? I know Turbo had a very, very good run in the past few days. Hoppy is now making a bit of a run up, 20% up on the daily, in and around that. You can see it's done quite well. It's actually reaching all-time high levels now, so we're in uncharted territory for Hoppy, which is quite cool. We'll have to see where it goes from here. Right now we're in meme coin season, so meme coins still have a very, very good chance to be very, very volatile. Very volatile indeed. But yeah, the DEX, anyway, we have to go back to what I was talking about. The DEX is going to be very, very big for Kaspa. We're seeing this happen more and more. Hopefully be released until this week. And we've got the listings as well coming for these meme tokens. They're going to do a very, very big deal as well. CoinX, I mentioned this yesterday, but they've listed they listed Nacho now, which is very, very cool. They've got some, some event sort of thing. There's pool going on right now, a prize pool, which is very good to see. And it's not just CoinEx as well. We also know Nacho got listed on PioNex as well. So Nacho's getting the adoption it needs. And then we also had this announcement here, AscendX, which we can see here. AscendX have made it into the top 10 apparently on CoinGecko. They're now ranked number 9, which is number 9, which is very, very good to see. And they've expressed their desire and want to list of Nacho. Right now we're in meme coin season still. If it stays this way for the whole cycle, so be it. But we're in meme coin season right now. You can't FUD memes. Despite people may not like memes, people know I'm the biggest fan of memes, but I'll start to look into them more because there's no point in me being naive and biased to hating memes when I should just do my research and understand them more about it. We see Nacho right now is already got 2 exchange listings, one in the US with PioNex, CoinEx. We have Change Finance as well. The DEX has Nacho as well. We're going to see more and more as again the video that I showed a few weeks back, or a week back now, with the Nacho team talking about the fact that his phone was constantly going off by exchanges that want to list their project. He didn't name names, but he said there were a lot that want to list his project, and I imagine it's all the ones that actually have access to Kaspa, the likes of Mexi, probably the likes of KuCoin, probably the likes of XT, and the rest of them, right? And this is another one, AscendX. I don't actually know of AscendX, but the fact that it's in top 10 in CoinGecko, at least that is it means it has some form of standing, right? It's still good, right? It's still a good exchange. And ultimately, once more, again, the increasing adoption is going to help in the price rise in due time as well. What we're lacking for, in general, with Kaspa, is adoption with the major exchange listings. That's where our shortcoming comes. With the exchange listings, the issues that we have right now, I don't think will be an issue. Of course, we say that time and time again. That's also what I mentioned in this roundtable. I'm going to play this roundtable again at some point during the stream so people can actually hear, if they didn't hear it in my video, also in my previous streams, exactly what it is that we are waiting for and why we've not seen any tier 1s yet. And I'm going to coincide with that with what Wall Street stated, as the title says, why Wall Street believe that crypto and Kaspa Breakout is mere weeks away. It's basically following in and around the elections and the man, the myth, and legend himself, Gary Gensler. What a man. Everyone loves him, right? Good afternoon, Kaspa Frog, my man. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm doing fantastic, my man. Hopefully you're all doing well as well. Damn, I meant to buy Hoppy a couple of days ago. Guess I'll wait for the dip. I mean, yeah, Hoppy being at its all-time highs, there should be a dip following that. I'd like to imagine, but I don't know exactly what's going on around Hoppy. Again, I'm not too well versed in memes, so I don't know what's causing this pump. Might just be it's time. Who actually knows? But either way, it's good to see that people who have invested are making money back. So congratulations to you all. I do pray you all make your bags. Good morning, chat, my man. Welcome back to the stream. Have a look at Bert KLC2 giving me bet on base fraud. Have a look at Bert right now. I've been seeing a lot of people as well talking about. I looked at Bert briefly yesterday. Actually, I have a lot of people talking about K-Dog still. Which, yeah, my opinion on K-Dog still stands the same. Actually, we've seen a drop in holders. That was at 2k at one point, I think, and now it's come out to 1.8. I might be mistaken in that actually, but Bert right now we can see it's at 1.1 holders. So it's got, it's increasing in adoption with Bert. It launched relatively recently. I don't know why it's changed that around a little bit. It looks weird now. Normally you can see. Okay, they changed that. It's not telling me when it's launched anymore. It used to tell me when they were launched. It's not telling me that anymore. Okay, well either way, Bert right now market cap of just short of 1 billion, so it is getting adoption quite quickly. The volume right now is, I don't know if I like this new UI. The volume right now is 66,000. Oh, age 3. Okay, there you go. So it's just new UI. I couldn't read it because normally the age was around at the end here. Now it's here. Yeah, so age is only 3 days. So it's a very, very new project. Having a volume of 66,000, almost 1 million markup is, is good to see. If you look a little bit more into the projects, again, it's very, very early days, so it's hard to say where Bert is going to go. And with new projects, again, I still am very much on the fence of I think newer projects are going to be harder for them to actually take off, in the longevity side of things. They might do well initially. I think Bert had a very, very good run up, reaching all-time highs here again, all-time high again here, and seemingly now it seems to be keep on touching this level before coming back down. So if Bert can break above it, we could see a decent run up, but it seems to be quite a strong resistance level for Bert. I'm not sure if TA really works with memes that much. Again, full disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor, and also my knowledge on memes is very limited, so I can't say too much on it. But I mean, Bert, for the most part, it doesn't look it's doing too badly. It's got the adoption seemingly going there already. That might just be the case of it being a new meme. We'll have to wait and see. 100% in Kaspa, all in. Big up to you, my man. Hopefully, we'll see a breakout soon enough. I think we will do. And I'm going to get into the announcement regarding that right now, effectively. So, to get into it, basically, this is this is Bradley Tusk here. Bradley Tusk, he is the CEO of Tusk Ventures, who is a New York firm, basically helping, tech companies, startup tech companies with regulatory issues, so to speak, trying to help them navigate the regulatory challenges. And in this interview on CNBC, so it's mainstream media, once again, we're seeing him out and ridicule Gary Gensler, which is important to know. We already know this, but still, pay attention to this video because I think it's important for us to lead on to basically what we're trying to talk about right now.
Gary Gensler has been the single worst regulator in the history of crypto imaginable. And so the good news is, and this was basically good news once Biden dropped out of the race, whoever Trump or Harris pick is going to be better than Gensler. And in a way, because the crypto community has done a pretty good job on the politics, not only is Trump actively seeking their support, but Harris is as well. And so we know that we'll get someone better than Gensler, and then hopefully we'll start getting favorable policies.
So let's talk about the favorable policies. What are like the one or two that are the most problematic that you hope to get?
Well, I mean, the most important thing would be who actually regulates crypto itself. So there's been this sort of turf war in Washington between the CFTC and the SEC over that. I think everyone on the crypto side of it really prefers the CFTC, and we're regulated as a commodity and not a security. But ultimately, to me, the thing that Gensler has done that I have found almost offensive is the unwillingness to tell the crypto industry what is and isn't legal. It's one thing to say, okay, this is not okay, this is okay, and we can fight about whether or not, we agree, but to just say, like, do what you're going to do, and maybe I'll put you in jail, maybe I won't. Like, that's un-American, right? And so, whether it's margin lending or anything else, I really think more than any one specific policy, it's just A, being treated with some basic respect, and B, just having information and predictability.
So, I mean, yes, Bradley Tusk says what we have already known, that Gary Gensler has been the single worst regulator in the history of crypto imaginable. We know that he is a tyrant, he's a clown, he evidently doesn't care about crypto. He's constantly trying to stop it. But what he spoke about is, inside of it, is what I deem as important, which is why I believe that Wall Street believe crypto and Kaspa Breakout is a few weeks away, because it coincides with what Larry Fink, the BlackRock CEO, the 11.5 now, 11.5, it was 10, now it's $11.5 trillion assets under management. BlackRock, the CEO Larry Fink, basically states in this recording here that it doesn't matter neither if it's Donald Trump nor if it's Kamala Harris, no matter who it is, crypto itself is too big for them to stop it effectively. We believe Bitcoin is an asset class in itself, no matter what they try to do. And Bradley Tusk says because there's no longer Biden in power, he's kind of stepped down before to step down. You've got Kamala Harris or Donald Trump in power, or in the race, to speak, the election race. Both of those two seemingly, definitely Donald Trump. Kamala Harris is kind of in, I guess, a grey area. I'm not sure, but seemingly both of them are under the impression, on the idea that they don't want Gary Gensler to remain the chairman of the SEC. Now, whoever they elect to replace him, who knows what they'll do. You'd like to believe, as he said, that they're going to be far better than Gary Gensler, but until we see it, we just can't say for sure. We can't say for sure, but ultimately still, it's a good thing to note that Wall Street, in that regard, believe that when this election comes in 3 weeks' time, that's going to be not going to see Gary Gensler removed from office like that, snap of the fingers, right? It's going to take some time, but you're going to see him very much being ushered on his way out. So in 3 weeks, we're going to start seeing more and more developments and catalysts coming out to usher crypto adoption to Bitcoin's price pump, which will also usher Kaspa to follow in suit. At least in my personal opinion, again, not financial advice. But the reason I say that as well, I don't think it's unlogical, it's not unwarranted, because again, it comes down to what Grayscale, it comes down to obviously the Grayscale, considering Kaspa under management, so that's Wall Street again. So that's already them considering Kaspa to, come with an ETF, which is very, very good. Speaking of which, actually, we had our ETF news here. The Grayscale now looking to convert its digital large cap fund into an ETF which contains the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and AVAX. But it came down to what this regulatory roundtable said here. So obviously we've got Grayscale wanting Kaspa now, which we've got Grayscale, so Wall Street wanting Kaspa now, which again Wall Street seems to believe that in the next 3 weeks we will end up seeing whoever gets elected. Start seeing more pressure on Gary Gensler to be removed from office is going to happen, which will start seeing hopefully some more crypto adoption. Depending on who gets in power, could be worse. I'd be struggled to believe it'd be worse than Gary Gensler, but again, we have to wait and see what happens. But then it comes down to this video here. I'm going to which is also why I believe it's going to be a breakout for crypto, for Bitcoin, of course, with regulatory clarity, but also especially for Kaspa. I'm going to play this as well. I think it's at the 31-minute mark. And for people who probably already heard this, but it's still, it's something that I think is important to note, which is right here. So pay attention to this real quick.
I thought that made sense. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, sure. One thing I do want to say is the SEC regulation on these poor crypto exchanges from the US has been completely egregious, and I hope that changes soon. I've actually spoken to some US exchanges about Kaspa just at a conference, and they're familiar with it. There's some exchanges who literally cannot list anything right now just because of the political situation around crypto in the US. So that's just some food for thought for everyone, as it specifically pertains heavily to Kaspa, as well as many other.
So yeah, that is effectively what my point in this statement here is the fact of the matter being that we got mainstream media now publicly exposing more and more evidence that people are not happy with Gary Gensler. They don't want him here anymore. I don't understand why they just can't kick him out straight like that, but I guess there's more to that than meets the eye and probably more in it. But either way, multiple people have now come on the likes of Bloomberg, CNBC, multiple mainstream platforms just saying Gary Gensler needs to go. No one believes him. Every time he had an interview with someone and they try to combat him, his words are met on deaf ears. He's evidently not trusted anymore. Again, and it comes down to, again, this incoming political situation with the election race, whoever gets in power, whether it be Trump or Kamala Harris, doesn't matter because crypto's still going to take off and Gary Gensler's still going to be removed regardless of who gets in power. And with regulatory clarity, you'll see more of the US exchanges that have been too scared or just unable to actually take action into listing any project, not just Kaspa, but any project in general. They can start now making listings again, so then could see adoption of Kaspa, the FOMO of crypto, and that could also incentivize more tier ones to get involved as well. That's what we're waiting for. It's the thing I've been reiterating time and time again. It is regulatory clarity. And that's why, again, you can say, but you can argue, well, regulatory clarity, why has crypto been doing so well and Kaspa's not? Well, Kaspa's not just, it's not in its cycle right now. It's just not. Kaspa had an amazing run up, so its whole bear cycle, the best run up in all of crypto. And it's going through a correction cycle right now, which, as I showed earlier, is still higher highs and higher lows. It's going through a bearish 2 weeks, but it's not dead because it's still forming higher highs and higher lows. So, and the adoption for the project in terms of wallet holders is still growing as well. So the adoption is not dead. It's just not got a price action right now. Now people are still speculating that's still quite fuddish, still quite bearish, and you're welcome to speculate that. I still think that Kaspa's got a good chance to make a return. I'm still holding strong in the opinion that Kaspa won't correct below this region. If it does, people will FUD it more, so be it. I'll scoop up more, personally, because I do hold Kaspa and I believe in Kaspa. And I will continue to buy more Kaspa. You haven't got to, you don't want to. By all means, go into another project. Look at Sui, for example, that seemingly had an amazing run. Speaking of Sui, actually, Sui right now has the highest inflows in all chains in the last 7 days, so that's very big for Sui. Big up to them. I hold a little bit of Sui, so I'm happy about that. But again, still comes down to this. There's a little bit of like FUD in the back of my head. I'm unsure about it, uncertainty, and it comes to these sort of announcements. In fact, the Sui a few days ago mentioned about the fact that there's alleged, or they're not insider selling, but it actually still would because the infrastructure inside or something stupid like that. And then we got it here. The wallet stopped. The wallet that was selling Sui, it stopped dumping yesterday, and it received 10 million Sui tokens again. This wallet receives its Sui tokens from two wallets and still have respectively 430 million and 230 million worth of stake tokens. So Sui hold a considerable supply of Sui, obviously, but because they're VC stuff like that. But the point being is, this is why I am not very heavy on Sui. My allocation of Sui is a small percentile of my portfolio because the VCs, the owners of devs, have way too much control of the project, and seemingly they're already doing some stuff that seems a little bit off to me, or at least maybe my lack of conviction again. But I just think it's a bit dodgy, and I don't want to invest more into a project that could very liably rug. It could be rugged. For me, this doesn't incentivize confidence to me, seeing this sort of stuff happening. Like I hold a very small amount of it because I do believe it has a good chance to make a decent run up. People who are saying $100 Sui, I disagree. Again, I could be wrong. If I am wrong, I'm holding it, so great for me. But I don't see how Sui goes to $100 from a $2 region right now, a 50x from this position in this cycle, definitely. Some saying by the end of this year, I think is ridiculous. And this does not make me happy about the project either. It makes me just feel unsure about it. But if you want to look at other projects, again, there are many projects in this space that are great. Kaspa is my biggest holding, I believe, most in Kaspa. There are many projects in this space that I think is worth looking into, whether it be the DeFi sector. SEI or SEI is one that I've heard a lot about, which I'm doing more research into. A lot of my mates equally hold this project, and this was one that I've looked into a little bit, and I might end up grouping a little bit of that. You've got other project AI stuff like that. Again, you've got Desync, you've got Tau, you've got. I heard a little bit about Spectre AI. I'm looking into that a little bit more as well. You've got gaming projects that are doing very, very well. Off the grid put gaming on the map seemingly. And you've got other gaming projects that I hold right now. I hold Vulcan Forge, which is right here. I'm going to be looking into GFAL, Myria, Ultra, Nakamoto especially as well. There are many good projects in this space you could look into. It's not just Kaspa. Kaspa, in my opinion, is the best one, especially as a long-term holding. I'm not saying Kaspa is going to be the biggest earner in the cycle. I'm saying Kaspa is going to be one of the best long-term holders. If you got Kaspa really, really early, and I'm saying like early down here, then yeah, you're laughing at everything that's happening right now because you don't care. You've made your money and then some, and you'll make more. If you've got Kaspa around here, the tops, yes, I feel sorry for you. But if you're holding Kaspa long term for more than just this cycle, then it won't matter. If you're chasing green candles, you don't need to be in Kaspa because Kaspa's not going to necessarily be the pump and dump that everyone wants in like meme tokens. Go to meme tokens. Happily go to meme tokens. This sort of information stuff I'm talking about again, Kaspa's great, but I don't talk about just Kaspa. As you guys know, I talk about other things, whether it be, now I'll talk a little bit more about memes, but it's very, very low level. Talking about other projects like even SWI, trying to talk about what's happening in SWI, the good and the bad, because I try to bring all the news around it. When I talk about the FUD of Kaspa, when the scams happen, I don't just ignore the scams, I talk about the scams. You need to understand everything about the project. When you see stuff about Kaspa, good and bad, SWI, good and bad, gaming stuff, good and bad, I talk about it all, and this all stuff, again, is what I try to, incentivize and talk about in my free Discord server, which is in the chat right now, in the description, also on my YouTube home screen, stuff that I'm just trying to bring some knowledge to the community, try to help you understand multiple aspects of this industry, to help you create a trading strategy to help you make as much gains as possible. Kaspa, I think, is one of the best projects in this space. It's very, very early. The meme tokens, with meme token season being such a big factor right now, I think it's a very, very big deal. A very big deal we're seeing the meme token to get more and more adoption, and seemingly Wall Street are eager and quite confident and believe that crypto, and therefore Kaspa, is mere weeks away from seeing some significant price movements. Or starting leading up to that, considering that, again, with regulatory clarity, with the SEC gone, with Gensler gone, you'll start seeing a road being paved for exchanges that have been either already issued lawsuits or too scared to act, finally be able to actually list these projects they want to list. They know of Kaspa. Tier 1s know. Again, this is mentioned in the stream here. I mentioned it again. If you want to check it out more for yourself in a more better format, check out my recent video I made yesterday. A very easy format for you to follow and understand and see where these devs were talking about. The devs being Wolfie, being the ambassadors of Kaspa, who are talking about what's coming. Tier 1s know Kaspa. They don't even want money to list Kaspa. They're just trying to research more into it, build up the allocation of it. And the fact that they're waiting for regulatory clarity. That's what we're waiting for right now. And that's why I'm happy to see Kaspa come down more and more in price, because I'll keep buying these dips. Because I know what's incoming. Grayscale getting into Kaspa. How can a project be dead if it wants to get into it? Why would Wall Street take the risk of looking into Kaspa? Wall Street, keep in mind, they've been looking at Kaspa for a while, because you have the likes of Marathon Digital Holdings. Marathon Digital Holdings are they're the biggest Bitcoin mining company, the oldest Bitcoin mining company, who for the first time ever diversified away from Bitcoin to now start looking at Kaspa, and their shareholders are the likes of BlackRock, Janestream, Vanguard, all the big Wall Street. And they started mining Kaspa in September, and they apparently heard about Kaspa a year before they officially announced it. So that means July. So they knew about Kaspa for July. We're now in October. So they've known about Kaspa, therefore, for 15 months. So therefore, Wall Street have been knowing about Kaspa for 15 months, and now, as of a few days ago, they decided to now put it under asset under management. So they know of Kaspa. Wall Street know of it. And I suspect, therefore, that Tier 1s will likely follow very, very soon in and around. Well, it depends how quickly this listing happens with Grayscale. It could happen, in the next few months, maybe not till next year. We'll have to wait and see. We've still got many stuff coming for Kaspa with 10 BPS, with smart contracts, with Dagnite, with more exchange listings coming on the horizon. I imagine Tier 1, I imagine Kraken's going to happen this year, I'd like to believe. I imagine Tier 1s will follow in suit. If Grayscale gets ahead of any Tier 1s, I think many Tier 1s will start following very, very quickly afterwards. Apparently, I heard something that Kraken and Crypto.com list at similar times. So maybe we'll see that happen. But I mean, Kraken's confirmed, Crypto.com is speculative. But again, it's possible. And Binance, again, have a lot of connections to Kaspa as well. Binance, Zero Fees mining pool. futures contract. They had an AMA with Nicholas Sismill and Wolfie, and they also released the understanding of hash rate, which, keeping in which Kaspa's hash rate still is doing very, very well. The dips you see here were attacks on Kaspa, and it's recovered. So Kaspa in itself is still high. It's the second strongest proof of work, right behind Bitcoin. That's not a dead project. The hash rate's still staying strong, still rising periodically here and there, and the wallet addresses are still rising more and more here and there as well. So again, my worries in Kaspa only come down to the price action, and even then, I'm not using an emotional mindset. I'm looking at it objectively and logically, thinking, okay, well, Kaspa's still growing in adoption, the project's still going, everyone's still wanting to get more and more of Kaspa, so the price is doing badly, so it's being manipulated a little bit, I guess, but the project's not dead. It can't be dead, otherwise people would be selling it. And I mean, like, the wallet just would start dipping as well, but they're not. So people aren't selling it, and Grayscale wouldn't list that as well. That's just me personally. I'd also love to get some Nacho, but Pinex not available on my stay, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, Pinex Global has Nacho. Pinex US does not have Nacho just yet, but that is coming. They have confirmed Pinex US is incoming. The crazy part being as well, I think Pinex US is probably, equally as big as Pinex Global in the sense of adoption-wise, but Pinex Global on the first 24 hours of listing Nacho had over 1 million 24-hour volume. That to me is crazy. So I think Pinex US will be a big one as well, and that will be coming, I imagine, I'd like to believe, later this week, if not next week. I know they had some form of giveaway of some sorts, or some form of like fundraising thing leading up to the 20th of October. So that's 4 days from now. So maybe we'll see the listing on Pinex US happen in and around that. So surely ask that potentially by this weekend, if not Monday, maybe. I'm optimistic, and Pinex US could be a big one again. Pinex US, for those who know, I'm also working with Pinex US, and they're one of the two exchanges that actually hold Kaspa and list Kaspa alongside Uphold, and it's good to have this, especially in the United States, have a way to get cheap Kaspa before the tier ones get involved, before smart contract, before Wall Street, before the crypto bull run, which will probably start in 3 weeks. Bitcoin right now is doing well. It's actually rallying. Right now, Bitcoin is definitely outperforming Kaspa. I don't disagree with that, which is definitely a cause for concern for some people, I imagine. If you look at Kaspa to Bitcoin right now, it's probably down to 40% now. Maybe 45. Right now, if you go here, we can see it's about 50%. So yeah, Kaspa right now is outperforming Bitcoin by 51%. So it's still above it by 50%, but it's definitely Bitcoin running right now. It's actually above 68k now, or in and around 68k. I think we'll see Bitcoin retest all-time highs pre-election, and then post-election we'll probably start seeing it then make a rally to push upwards. Some still speculate 100k Bitcoin by the end of this year, and I did say that months ago. But of course, with Bitcoin having such lackluster price action, people start saying no way 100k. But again, it depends on regulatory clarity when regulation frameworks get involved. If we get regulatory frameworks, then we can see trillions of dollars from BlackRock, from Jane Street, from Wells Fargo, from all the big banks. Wall Street will start flooding their trillions of capital into this market, into Bitcoin, into the other ETFs that Grayscale want to list, and Kaspa is one of those under consideration. So we could start seeing loads and loads of capital flood into this market, which could cause Bitcoin to jump very quickly, as we've seen in the past. Again, we saw it here, this area here, where Bitcoin jumped nearly 10% on the daily, from this wick here to here. Yeah, 10% in one day. So Bitcoin can make significant gains of about 10k in a single day. So it could very well reach 100k by the end of this year. We have to wait on certain. It's not just as black and white as that, but there's many factors that take into account who wins the election. Which right now, according to what I'm seeing on Twitter, it seems that Trump is in a landslide victory. The odds of him winning right now seems to jump to 61% on Polymarket, with Kamala Harris leading at 39.8. So that is crazy, but the problem is it's really hard to decipher what is true and what is not, because then you have other sources, for example, like here on the New York Times, which states that right now Kamala Harris is beating Donald Trump by 2%, all in all. So it's really tough to say who truly is, because Twitter, of course, Elon Musk is endorsing and working with Trump. So, and of course, people right now, especially in the crypto space, they want Trump to win. So seemingly right now there's a bigger incentive in the crypto space, especially for Trump to be one that come out victorious. And right now he's got a landslide victory. The belief that Trump is definitely going to win this, but New York Times says otherwise. So take what you see online with a grain of salt. We're still waiting for the verdict. But again, as Larry Fink says, as Bradley Tuss says, no matter who gets in power, whether it be Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, we're still going to see crypto adoption take off. Because they both seemingly don't want Gary Gensler. And I hope that's true for Kamala Harris' sake as well. She does win. Don't want Gary Gensler. And no Gary Gensler means whoever gets in power, depending on who they are, still be better crypto enforcement than Gary Gensler, I like to believe. There's no way Wall Street want this whole rubbish to happen again with them getting, cock blocked by the SEC. Because the SEC are also, they're manipulating it because they're also telling these Wall Street and these crypto firms to come in and register, and when they do that, then issue a lawsuit and appeals against them. Like, where's the morals behind that? You're just deceiving everyone. So yeah, I mean, that's where we're at right now with the reason why I say Wall Street believe crypto and Kaspa Breakout is weeks away. That's kind of the message I'm getting from this right now. All the developments happening right now, Wall Street seemingly very eager to get hold of crypto. Kaspa, again, is one of those crypto assets now under consideration. And we're seeing the adoption growing more and more with Kaspa. I'm going to see more of what happened with crypto. We are weeks away from what could be a very, very decisive moment. A very decisive moment in the crypto industry. We could start seeing a significant pump. All projects at that point will pump in value. All of them. Memes might go the most parabolic. That's what memes are at right now. AI is going to be a big one as well. I think Kaspa's going to do very well in the cycle still, despite its lack of price action. We're going to see 10 BPS in Q1 2025. Smart contracts may be coming soon. I saw posts speculating that. I mean, people thought Kaspa. I still believe Kaspa's going to come probably 2026, but we did hear again in this roundtable that I don't know what part was in actually. I didn't timestamp it, but I did see a hot part where they're talking about the fact that they could actually get smart contracts fast tracked and come sooner. So we could see smart contracts come sooner than we think, and that would be a very key catalyst for Kaspa, definitely. That will cause the FOMO to reignite bigger than ever with Kaspa and see a parabolic run if we get smart contracts. Because I like Kaspa, with it already insanely fast and scalable and secure, blockchain platform, it will then allow the smart contracts people to build on top of it, other developers to build on top of it, and it compete with other major ecosystems. Even Squeeze, which right now has got all the hype around it. Even Solana's, even Ethereum. Because Kaspa has what all of them have, the speed and the security, but it also has the centralization, which none of those other ones have because they are centralized. And Kaspa is, for that reason, why I believe it's going to be such a big earner in the space in the future, because it has such groundbreaking technology that right now it's not got the adoption because people just don't understand it. They took 10 plus years to research Kaspa, and Coinbase was one of the ventures. Polychain Capital, who's a venture arm of Coinbase, was the one that actually funded the research of Kaspa 10 years ago. You can't explain to these exchanges, to people, in a matter of days or weeks, sometimes even a few months. You can't explain it to them what the ins and out of Dagonite is and why it's so good. Just like that. They took 10 years to research it. It's going to take a while for people to understand why it's so big and why it's revolutionary. We're getting more and more adoption of Kaspa. You've got big voices like Dr. Martin Heisberg talking about Kaspa more and more. You've got more content creators I like to believe, like me. Well, maybe not right now because Kaspa's down and people obviously are following candles and pumps. But you've got the ones who really believe in the project, who are, their voice right now is being heard more and more, I like to believe. Like, I think my voice is one of them. Fireside, they're ones getting talking about more and more. People who are, Kaspa content creators, they're talking about Kaspa more and more and just trying to reiterate, again, Alex Goes to Dubai is one of the people on X, on Twitter, who's talking about it more and more about the fact that, yes, Kaspa might be down, but when you're seeing, when you're looking at it from just a price action part of it, yes, it's down in the past 2 months, but it's still forming higher lows and higher highs. So where's the cause for concern? Until Kaspa drops below here, they shouldn't be a cause for concern because it's still forming higher lows and higher highs, so it's still on an uptrend. Which most projects, especially the likes of Sui, if you look at Sui, I've not even got up here, Sui has not done that at all. Like, Sui has had, come down, gone up, come down, come up. Like, actually, I disagree. No, because that is technically higher highs and higher lows. There's a low there, there's a low there, high there. So I guess it's not organic like Kaspa's is. And to reiterate, I'm not trying to FUD Sui, despite the fact that it does sound like Sui FUD, because I do hold Sui. So I do want Sui to do well. I just reiterate that for those who I imagine are probably in my chat who are, again, just trying to just FOMO Sui to all love and hell, which be as it may. Pepe, KLC20 got listed on change as well. Yeah, I did see that. Where right here, yeah. So yeah, more coming to change. finance, more comes to the DEX, which we'll see hopefully list very, very soon. About Dogk, the people that got the airdrop bumped the price of non-believers. Dogk confirmed the second exchange listing, and they're working on the third. Well, good to you, Doggle Delay. I mean, yeah, again, from what you told me yesterday, my belief in Dogk did go up a little bit, because I was like, okay, so it's, even though it's 100% pre-minting, it seemed to have some form of well, I understand the sentiment behind, you know, having the VCs or the people backing the project 100% is what, you know, they have the capital therefore to push the project out and get the adoption quicker. I would like to know what the exchanges are, because I haven't looked into it, so I don't know what the exchanges are. So if you can let me know, Toggle Delay, please do. But either way, I don't personally think I'm going to get into it. If I miss out, so be it. But my attention's being more drawn towards the likes of Nacho and Kaspa Ghost and possibly Conan as well, Caspi, Golden them ones. Is it just me though? But I don't like this new UI. I don't. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like it at all. I prefer the old one. Maybe I'm just being petty. Look at Speedy. Let's look at Speedy, shall we? Unless is Speedy here? Okay, Speedy's actual meme token then. Let's look at Speedy. Is it on the DEX or is it here? Because I'm only going to look up here anyways. Okay, that's Speedy. I'm guessing it's this one here. So it's very small. Market cap's at 8.4 million, so a very, very small project. It launched earlier today, or yesterday. No, earlier today. So okay, so it's a brand new, at least according to CoinMarket. Okay, it could have been listed earlier, but on CoinMarket it's brand new. Only on Uniswaps right now. And yeah, if you guys like your meme tokens, have a look. Obviously, the lack of adoption right now, it may do well, may not. Can't say for sure. You know, it's one of them ones. Early meme tokens are all like meme tokens in itself are risky, so always be careful. But early ones especially are the most risky because they have the chance to make the biggest gains. You want to get in early, of course, but they can make the biggest gains, but also the chance to make you lose the money. So be careful. That's Speedy for you at least. Guess I have to wait. Tangem integration to Nacho swap. Possibly, yes, possibly. Although, actually, speaking of Tangem, I mean, yes, speaking of Tangem anyways, we're seeing the adoption growth of Tangem and Kaspa's, you know, partnership more and more. We already have Tangem and Kaspa wallets. We also have Tangem and Nacho wallets. Then we have Tangem and Kaspa Ghost wallets. Very, very cool. I actually like this design, just in time for Halloween, I hope. And I also saw some designs, I think, coming out regarding, I think it was either Conan or Caspi, one of the other KRC20 tokens that also had leaked their incoming Tangem collaboration as well. Again, Tangem's just, you know, just going to bring more adoption to KRC20 as well with these sort of wallets. It's a very cool design. Of course, some people might like the sleek black, and I think that's a good idea. But yeah, I mean, it's still good to see. It's sort of like, it's a little thing sometimes that really does make it look really, really cool. And of course, Kaspa, despite the fact that its price may be down, its hash rate is not, right? Kaspa is the fastest proof of work coin. That is a fact, even though it's the second most secure, second best behind Bitcoin, but it's still the fastest proof of work. So it just still wins something. And it's because it's using block DAG. It's faster than Bitcoin by 600 times right now, soon to be 6,000. And in the future, hopefully 60,000 with 100 BPS. You know, it's K-heavy hash algorithm. It's energy efficient and perfect for ASIC miners. Again, a nice hash here, just basically trying to give the miners information and understanding on a reason of why, even with Kaspa right now mining not profitable, it is still one that has a very good chance of being the best one in the future. And with its also KRC20, when that adoption really takes off again, Change Finance is going to help with that, and its adoption as well. Change Finance will help get more adoption to KRC20. When this deck grows more and more, that'll also give miners alternative means to make money through mining the Kaspa ecosystem, whether it be Kaspa or KRC20 tokens. And actually, we've got more updates regarding Kaspa as well. You got on the 27th of October, so that's about less than 2 weeks from now. I think about 13 days. 11 days. 11 days. You got the Kaspa Innovation Summit. So again, just more ways to talk about Kaspa. Just all of it is very, very cool to see. You're seeing the adoption and stuff. The incentive behind Kaspa is still growing, and it's only going to keep going from here and here. For builders getting to know Rust integration with Kaspa by Crypto Aspect and ZK architecture with Kaspa. ZK architecture is smart contracts. That is what leads to smart contracts. So they're actively taking apart, they're doing summits and like all this sort of stuff to raise more awareness about Rust that's going to be implemented in just a few months from now, and the understanding of the smart contracts that's going to be to Kaspa, which as Dr. Martin Heidberg stated, the smart contracts on Kaspa, when people actually understand them, it's going to blow the space away. Because they're not typical smart contracts, because it's from Kaspa technology, it's new technology, it's actually different and it's better. Right, it's one of the other things that the KF again, we've got two very, very big projects with Kaspa. KEF, Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation, and KRI, Kaspa Industrial Initiative. Both of them are going to help put Kaspa on the map and get the adoption going more and more, and that will soon correlate to price. Right now, what drives the price is exchange listings. When the adoption in the space matures more and more and it grows, what will drive Kaspa's price will be the project coming up from the KEF and the KRI, and what Marathon does with Kaspa as well. Tier 1s and curve will always be big for Kaspa, of course. Once they're there, what's going to matter for Kaspa's price is these other... You're seeing bullish announcements all the time with Kaspa. Of course you are. You are seeing bullish announcements all the time with Kaspa, but what you're waiting for is for the tier 1s to push the price up. If you had tier 1s, these bullish announcements, you'd see more volatility in the price because you have more adoption anyways. But you haven't got the tier 1s, so the adoption right now is limited. At least that's my own personal opinion. Again, not financial advice. Speedy, Hoppy, and Turbo all toads. I mean, yeah, again, I know Hoppy and Turbo Speedy seems like a new one, but yeah, they look like, again, if you want to go into meme tokens and go for those three, I think they're decent. Memes are a good way to make profit at least. What's up, Cody, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully doing well today, my man. Nacho is pumping. Yeah, Nacho is seemingly doing very, very well. Up 10%, $55 million market cap. The holders right now, it's at 16,000, by far the biggest. The biggest on the ecosystem. And we can see right now the volume right now is going crazy as well. Almost that's near, like, it's all-time high to my knowledge, was I think around 2 billion. But even worse, it's starting to reapproach to 1 million again, which again, that's because you have CoinX and PioNex. And with PioNex US also coming up, it might increase it more and more. So you're going to have to adoption. The volume goes more and more, the adoption goes more and more. That'll help Nacho going up in price, and also Kaspa as well. From Kaspa's price right now, with it being just around, let's just say 3 billion market cap, what you suspect from meme tokens is they should correlate to at least the big ones underneath the project. So Nacho, of course, other ones might also do as well if if they get the adoption they need, which right now Nacho is far away from all of them seemingly. But they should attain to 5 to 10% of the total market cap. Obviously, Kaspa's market cap I think is very undervalued. That's evident in the power law, 60% undervalued or so. But right now, based wow, that was a bad voice break. Based on the $3 billion market cap, 5-10% of that, to my knowledge, is 150 million or $300 million market cap. So Nacho right now, being at 55 million, means we should suspect with the adoption, and if Kaspa, God forbid Kaspa stays at this current value, Nacho should at least 3x, if not 6x from here. Good morning, Quarter Cooler. Welcome back to the stream, my man. The weakness of Kaspa at the moment is incredible. That's why I'm in a bad mood. That's why I'm pleased. I need some positive words from you. Thanks. You're welcome, my man. Again, thank you for joining the stream again. If you enjoy the stream, leave a like, share your friends, subscribe for more. And yeah, the price movement for Kaspa is always going to put people in a bad mood, but sometimes what people need is just some positive reinforcement to understand that the price may be down, but Kaspa's not. So just, as much as it sucks, don't be emotional, be logical, and remain patient. I will not go into memes again, lost too much, just Kaspa. I think that's a good idea. I mean, yeah, I've been looking into memes again, made some gains, made some losses. Memes is a good way to hopefully flip your investments and make some quick money, but they are very risky. They are literally gambling, so be careful with them. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. People know more about memes than I do. There are loads in this space that know more about memes. If you want to hear more from them, go and check them out. But me, I'm looking at projects that I think have utility, that have good longevity. Kaspa, of course, is one of them. A whole other project that have seemingly a good foundation in this space. Swee's getting a lot of adoption. That's why I hold Swee, even though I'm not a big lover on Swee. I hold it because I think it's going to do well in the cycle, but I'm just not got full conviction on it. I have more conviction in XRP because of all its institutional partnerships, stuff like that. That's why I hold XRP. I have conviction in the gaming community, why I hold Vulcan Force, why I'm looking into Nakamoto. AI as well, is why I'm looking into Desync. I'm going to hold that soon. And Tau as well. There's other projects I have like more conviction in that I'm going to be holding soon enough, and I'll be looking into more as the space evolves more and more as well. Hopefully we'll go through another big transformation in my server soon enough as well. So for those who want to know about crypto, not just Kaspa crypto, other market sentiments and other projects, check out my free Discord server in the chat, also in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage. On the chains I lost too much, but anyways, no more memes. Yeah, I mean, good memes. I think, yeah, memes is one of those ones. Yeah, just be careful with them, definitely. I posted a wallet in Discord. They have millions stacked as well. Yeah. Again, it's just worrying, right? Because it just is a cause for concern, especially for us. I mean, again, you've got to have some faith in the community to an extent. Cause not some projects will be like that. The whales and the VCs will have a lot of it, but we hold capital for that we want to avoid those risks. Also, because it's meant to do what Bitcoin is meant to be doing, which is good. Again, I hold it other project because I have some faith they're going to do okay, but I haven't got enough to put a bigger bag in them. I've got enough to make some gains with it and a good, decent amount of gains from it, but I'm not, going to lose sleep over it if I lose the money if they rug. I'll be upset, but I won't lose sleep over it. Yeah, sweet socks. I mean, yeah, people have their own opinions on it. Cash Chung, my mum, welcome back to the stream. Love your video. Thank you very much. It means a lot, my man. Do you have any official roadmap for smart contracts? I do not. There's no official roadmap for smart contracts. What we do know is, and I'm going to try and get up from my Discord server as quick as I possibly can, is... Okay, so here's what we got from here. So go and type in smart contracts. So we have this post, when I can find it. It's right here. So we've got this post here, which is covering what Jonathan Sobolinski said and the KES said about smart contracts. And then we also have this video here, which this is timestamped here. At least I believe it's timestamped here. But this video here is basically covering the smart contracts. This happened in July 9th. Remove that so you can see the here. So July 9th, we had the research and development dev chat where Jonathan Sobolinski would basically just talk about the fact that smart contracts, the fact that it could, they could in principle piggyback on somebody else's chain and they can get it done in months, if not weeks, very, very quickly. Or they could go for the other approach, I think the approach they're going for, which is try and build it up themselves, which would take, up to 18 months, if not 18 to 24 months is what he said. Of course, that is, that's like rough estimate. It could be more than that, could be less than that. We've seemingly seen more announcements that it could be sooner than that. For example, this post here, Jonathan Sobolinski said that the novel smart contract design research is not finalized and it's too early to enter concrete plans yet, right? So it's still too early to actually have a proper idea of it, but his main priority right now is L1 sequencing and smart contract L2 stacks. The only necessary primitive for implementing smart contract on L1 is a ZK opcode. So every time you see anything about ZK, zero knowledge opcode, let's talk about smart contracts or going towards it. Adaptive to that. Its design is complete. So this now primitive can take in principle a few months to implement, after which anyone can in principle launch their own based ZK rollup. So in principle, smart contracts in a sense are ready and they can take a few months to implement. But it's kind of conflicting interest because it also says here the research is not finalized. But what we do also have here from the KEF, where they reply to this post and say that the KEF will facilitate the implementation of the DAG adaptable ZK opcodes in Q4. So sometime in the next 2 months, while endorsing the stack development of generic smart contract led by crypto aspect. And what do we just see here? Right here. So they are actively taking part in trying to push smart contracts out there. So official timeline for you, Cash Ching, I do not have, unfortunately. But there are a lot of sources we've seen come out over the past few months and even more recently now that suggest that it could take 8 to 24 months, which means nearing the end of 2025, end of 2026 sort of thing. But also it could be quicker than that because they could speed it up. And it's possible. Right now, Sobolinski's full priority is on L1 sequencing and other efforts going into smart contracts L2 stack. We need the ZK opcodes to lead to smart contracts, and this could happen right now. So I think we'll see it soon enough. I mean, there's speculation we could see it in this bull cycle, which if we do, Kaspa will go parabolic, I like to believe. If not, bear cycle, fantastic. I will definitely be going in quite heavy when I see smart contracts. I think it's going to be a game-changing thing for Kaspa. Kaspa is crypto orphan. I don't know what that means. DAG. Yes, DAG. I don't know what that's reference to, so I can't imagine what that's talking about. I apologize. What's the DAG reference to? Core caller. I bought 17 cents. I mean, yeah, I mean 17 cents. Of course, you bought. I bought 17 cents as well. Of course, I've been buying more periodically, but you bought 17 cents right now. You're down about 21%, 22%. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel for you, Tank R. But at the same time, I think and I still believe that, again, hoping, not financial advice, but I still believe and hope that we should see Kaspa at least become bullish by the end of October, which would mean we break above 16 cents. We should see it break above 16 cents from its current position right here. And I do believe as well that, leading into this bull cycle in this quarter, we could see Kaspa make a run up. Again, 3 weeks could be a decisive moment. Seemingly what's being suggested from the big boys in Wall Street, that regardless, this election is going to be a catalyst to start seeing crypto adoption, no matter who gets elected. They can't stop it, but what they can do is remove Gary Gensler, which they both want to do seemingly. Is it dangerous to send Kelvin tokens to Tangem now, even though they don't support it yet? I can't answer that question with Cash Ching, personally. I would just say it's much better to wait until Tangem officially announce they actually are integrated and working together. I know they've announced they're doing it. I don't think they've done it just yet. I personally would wait, if you can. I mean, I can look it up for you, but again, it's much better to wait. It's better off asking them directly, going to their support page and asking them. Hopefully they get back to you. Or I could do is just give you what I think. I think it's probably worth waiting. I'd imagine it is, without them supporting it just yet, there could be compatibility issues, I'd imagine. And if it goes incorrect, it might be irreversible, you might lose your token. So I would just wait. Ask them, of course, to be sure, but I would personally just wait for safekeeping, just to be sure, because the last thing you want is to lose your KLC20 tokens, or any tokens for that matter. Of course, you want it on Tangent to make a cold storage so it's safe, but don't take the risk, personally. Tangent got KLC20 mid-November. Okay, well, there you go. That's a timeline for it, mid-November. Why Kaspa fell? Whales. Bigger holders selling. Sharks, dolphin, whales, big holders selling, but the adoption's still growing. Crabs and fish are still buying in. So the adoption's still growing, the wallets are still growing more and more, but the bigger holders are selling off. Would you lose it if I asked on Tangem Discord? No. Go for it, my man. Ask. You're welcome to ask whatever you like. What do you mean they came out and said Kaspa tokens will be available mid-November? Okay, you're asking questions. Okay, so going through this little going through the questions right now where people are just talking about the Kaspa tokens. Meme coin prices rise, high tech Kaspa falls. You sure? Yeah, but that's because it's meme coin season. And Kaspa right now, they have memes, but they're not really out. They're not got adoption yet. Like, what happens historically, time and time again, is when the market is not doing anything, memes get more popular. And Bitcoin, technically speaking, still hasn't done anything. It's been undervalued, Bitcoin, since March. It's now only 7% down from its all-time high, 8% down. But for what? Since March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, we are now seeing 7 months of negative price action with Bitcoin. So during that time, memes had people weren't making money because Bitcoin wasn't pumping, so people then went to memes. That's typically what happens. I think memes are going to still do well in this cycle, personally. That's why I'm looking more into them now to try and make some money. But I do think these other projects are going to do well as well. These alts are going to do well. AI is going to be a big one. I think gaming is going to be a decent one in this cycle, and the cycle to follow that I think will be even bigger. I hope. And I still stand strong on my belief that Kaspa will do well as well, personally. Op needs to speak slowly. Yeah, I apologize. I'll try to speak slower. I'll try. And that was to me. I'm trying to speak slower. I can't even use Pineapple to buy Kaspa that are available in 47 states. Unfortunately, I'm not in one. Damn. that sucks to hear, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm sure with Gary Gensler's dismissal seemingly on the horizon, that will also allow the likes of Pinex to get regulations throughout all states, and it'll be available for you to buy it then as well. I hope so. Could it be that Kaspa has fallen in price due to many are cashing out to get memes and Kaspa tokens, and then later flip the profit to buy more Kaspa back? That is possible. It's not a bad theory, Cash Ching. Right now we're seeing again the bigger wallets selling. That's why Kaspa price is correcting. Possibly they are going into memes right now because that's where the money's at, and going to flip the profit back into Kaspa. I'd like to believe right now there's going to be a divide of people just sending Kaspa because they don't believe in it anymore, or sending Kaspa because they want to make sure they're not losing more profit. I haven't sold any Kaspa, full disclosure. I'm not going to until we reach $1, because I still think the project got a lot of potential to go higher from here. And again, seemingly, Wall Street believe that in a few weeks' time we could start seeing a sort of turnaround in crypto with the elections coming soon. Again, Wall Street include Kaspa because they're now starting to look into consider Kaspa, and regulators will also allow these other exchanges who have been hiding in the shadows because they can't get, they don't want to get targeted by the SEC. They'll give them a freedom to start actually talking about it. So it is a case of they might be right now. We're seeing the bigger wallets sell. That's where we're at. Because the bigger wallets right now control the price. That's how it goes. It sucks in this market. If you're not a whale, it's hard as an investor because you have to really just trust people more so. If you're a whale, you can affect the markets more so. You have more influence. That's what we're seeing right now. They have much more influence on the price of Kaspa than we do. Or some of us do. I'm going to say some of us here are whales or whatever, but the price will turn tide, I believe, very soon. If you don't believe in it, that's fine. I would recommend you do your own research. Come join my free Discord server as well. We have information in there regarding crypto, Kaspa, and other projects. You just want to find other ways to hopefully make money and devise a trading strategy, go and check out the Discord server. Yeah, I think we're in a stage where we are just in a period of lull for Kaspa. We're just undervalued, but we're not down and out. We're just down. Again, we're seeing higher highs and higher lows. So I'm not worried yet. Until Kaspa comes down sub 10 cents, which I think is highly unlikely. If that happens, I might be concerned then. But either way, personally, I'm probably just buying more. With what's coming to Kaspa in the next few months, I'm very bullish on this project despite the price action. Because I'm holding Kaspa so long term, I'm holding Kaspa for 10, 20 odd years. I'm not too bothered about short-term price action. I talk about it so you guys can have a bit of clarity and understand where it's going, but I don't care too much. I'm holding Kaspa to it, long-term, and it should be reaching $100, not thousands of dollars, so. And as Bufflink says, yeah, if you enjoy these streams, been doing these daily 77 days in a row. Leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. I have a theory Mexi and a few is manipulating the price, so cracking and them can list it. Wouldn't surprise me either. Would not surprise me at all. We are seeing, big exchanges. You can actually check that out if you go to, I think it's Kaspa Liquidity or something like that. It's a search you can do. I'll try and find it later on, but you can actually check to see what the exchanges are doing, where they're buying Kaspa and selling Kaspa on a certain minute or hourly time frame, and see what they're doing. And you could kind of correlate that to where they're going to price. Like when you saw Kaspa pump this day here, before it came down to a massive correction, we saw the likes of Kraken, going all in on Kaspa longs, and then half an hour later they went all in on Kaspa shorts. So we are seeing the exchanges getting more and more, trying to get in more Kaspa, probably to build the accumulation to then list the project. My leader is President Donald Trump. Yeah, right now he's leading, at least according to Polymarket. But again, you have other sources that say it's Kamala Harris. We'll have to wait and see. Trump definitely seems more pro-crypto, so therefore, because I'm pro-crypto, I'm technically speaking more pro-Trump, but as I reiterated, I'm not pro-Trump or Kamala Harris, I'm just pro-crypto. Whoever's going to do better for me for crypto is all I care about. Long term, as I think says, it won't matter. So ultimately, it doesn't bother me either, but for the immediate pump of just seeing some life come back to the market, I think Trump's going to be a better source of that, personally. I saw Polygon for Kaspa on Tangem. Big up to you, my man. Why should Mexi help Kraken? It's a good question, but I guess they just could. But we now approach the hour mark, so we're past the hour mark now. So I'm going to answer a few more questions. I'm going to wrap up the stream for today. You can get Nacho and CoinX with VPN. Yeah, you can use the if you can't get access to certain exchanges, you can use the VPN to try and get access to them. That's always an alternative as well. Capital will pump soon or later. Every day we get closer and closer to the pump. You'll have patience and you'll be paid. The ball is starting. If you can't handle it, investing is not for you. Well said, Toggle Delay. Well said. So I'll jump from 4 billion to 60 billion in months. Capital needs more central exchanges to allow easy buys for the masses. That's also true. But that's also why I think we need to have the adoption, which I think is coming. Again, this roundtable here at the 19-minute mark, they confirmed that the big exchanges are tier ones, but they confirmed at the 30-minute mark that here that they know of Kaspa, they can't risk of the SEC, and also at this 19-minute mark, they confirmed that the big tier ones, the big boys who they've been talking to constantly, they don't want money to this Kaspa, they just need to understand it more. Again, I explained that in a much more detail in this video here, so definitely go check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Any token that is fair launch and 100% minted, yeah, I think $2 might be pushing it. You should think that, my man, then it's fair enough. I think, personally, it may not be the same thing with Kaspa again. You never really know, but I think right now people are severely underestimating how quickly this market can change. Kaspa's been stagnant for a while, but we saw earlier how quickly Kaspa can jump from 5 to 15 cents, a 3x, in a span of what? How long is that? Maybe a week or 2 weeks? So, things take time. Kaspa right now, my bearish scenario is $2. Like worst case scenario is probably $2. My average is still 3.5. And again, if it goes higher, fantastic. If it doesn't go as high as $2, people will be very, very bearish and people will be flooding capital living hell. And I'll be like, yeah, well, I made a mistake. I apologize for saying that. But ultimately, my conviction on Kaspa still stands as strong as it was. Because I'm holding it long term, so it doesn't bother me where Kaspa actually ends up in the cycle. But I still want to say for the people who actually are holding it and want to see where it's going in the cycle, my prediction is still 2 bearish, 4 to 5 average, and 7 like bullish. Which again, we can see with smart contracts come involved, tier 1s and all that stuff, potentially. Oh yeah, and I'm going to quickly look at the Discord for Toggle Delay. He said, yeah, Toggle Delay says the second central exchange for dog case been confirmed. Case-related integration started, listings coming. Third, okay, so so I see the the tweet here or the post or the message here about exchanges coming to dog case already confirmed. So the team has 36%. Seems like got burned. So yeah, I can see the distribution. So it's good to see at least. So it gives me an understanding more about what dog case is. So thank you for that. I was mainly referring to what the exchanges actually were, like the names of them, but I guess maybe not be released just yet. But again, this is one positive with having the developers and the team having the allocation to the tokens, because they can actually use those tokens to get the listings quicker and get the adoption going quicker. It is a cause for concern because they could rug. Again, I understand that risk. The fact that they have been around also as long as Nacho, 108 days Nacho, Dog K 108 days as well, that does incentivize a little bit of confidence, a little bit more to me personally. But yeah, I mean, whether it does well or not, I don't know. I have not got any intention to get into it right now. If I miss out on a bag, it is what it is. That's my own. But again, what Toggle Delay put in my Discord, again, people check it out for themselves. Discord is in the chat already, description, and also on my YouTube homepage. You can check it out and see for yourself. And if you want to get into Dog K, go for it. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you how to invest. You invest how you want to. But if maybe Dog K is a good one for you. Just have a look and do your research. That's all I say. But yeah, I'm going to just try and find out one more question before I wrap up today, because I do have somewhere, unfortunately, to be. Can't copy a Discord link. Any ideas how to change this? If you just click on the link, it should let you join it. You should go on my YouTube homepage and just click the link here. It should let you join it. And if you're trying to get someone else to join it, then just tell them to go to the page, hit subscribe, and then join it. Could Kaspa do a 15x from this position right now? If you round up to 20 cents, because I can't much to do it at 13 cents, 15x, that'd be a $3. Possibly. I don't see why $3 is not impossible. Obviously, it's actually lower than that, so 15x from here would be more probable. So yeah, I don't see why not. I think it's possible. We could have to wait and see what developments come out and how the market really shifts from the regulatory clarity that should be coming very, very soon, with the elections only 3 weeks away from now. Stop it, Jay. I can tell in my bones that you're a Trump fan. No, I am a crypto fan. Don't put words in my mouth, man. Look at the cryptos above Kaspa. Do you believe that those cryptos will stay above Kaspa? FET. No. Not in the long run, at least. ICP, no. Tau. Not sure. Pepe, not sure. Uni, no. Aptos, no. Light, definitely not. These are it's like, yeah, Light, definitely not. Because Kaspa's a better proof of work than Light. Ultimately, yes. The short answer, yes. I think Kaspa will stay. I think Kaspa will flip these projects when the adoption goes through. When it gets tier 1s. Right now, Kaspa's missing out against these projects because they have tier 1s. And the adoption. Kaspa does not have that. That's what it is. But anyways, that is going to be it for the stream. If I miss your questions, I apologize. Save your questions, remember them, and ask me in tomorrow's stream. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow, so you can ask me then. And I'll get around to them again at that point. But I do have somewhere to be, unfortunately, so I have to wrap up today. But again, if you enjoyed the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And if you want the more crypto and market sentiment, then get join the Discord server right here on my homepage, in the chat, and also in the description. I do believe we'll see a tier 1 by the end of 2024. Cracking, at least. I'd like to believe. Hopefully we'll see more. But I'll see you all tomorrow. So, well, yeah, tune in then.